I did not realize how loud it was on OBS. Dang, dude. What the heck? I'm gonna turn it down for me because I don't know if y'all remember, but I typically get really annoyed with the music after a while, so that's why I'm making it quiet for me, but it'll still be like relatively okay for y'all. Okay. What is up, my people? Hello, hello, hello. Who pinged me? Who did it? Who done did it? Oh. I'm gonna respond to a message real quick and then we will start discussing. Let me go do it. Hang on. Where is it? You know what? We'll just go with that. Anyway. Okay, chat. How we doing? So, what's up? The art? Wait, thank you, Sparky, but, wait, which art were you talking about? Yeah, how we all doing? Oh, hello, GJ. Hi. Do I remember you? I think I remember you because I was there for the premiere for the thingy today, so I believe I recall you being there. Speaking of which, so we are gonna talk about that, and I have my, I know exactly what we're gonna talk about relating to that, but once I look at it real quick. Okay, yeah. So the crocodile. Oh my words. The crocodile guy from FNAF. Oh wait, are you talking about one of the renders that passed by? Is that what you're talking about? Like, I'm just gonna assume that's what you're talking about. Also, what the heck am I moving? Oh, that's the starting soon. Wait, hold up. Starting soon. Get out of my face. Anyway. Oh yeah, you were in the other live stream. Thank you, Sparky. Thank you. Yeah, everything that passes by is, unless it's just something random, it's most likely going to be a render I made or a thumbnail. That's pretty much what all these are, just renders and thumbnails. But anyway, for like previous stuff. Some of them are really old, some of them are pretty recent. But anyway, so that's why like quality, or that just random screenshot of me in the void map with no lighting. We love to see those. Anyway, what's up? So, first things first, I wanted to start right off with a something. So, if I can, there's no way, bro. Guys. Guys, I think I've fallen off. 4 people are watching. 4 people are watching. That's great. That's great. Also, let me know if I'm like too quiet or too loud or whatever. Let me know if anything's up with the sound and I'll see what I can do. But anyway, Q&A? It can be Q&A. Any stream I do can be a Q&A. But anyway, oh, 5 people. Oh. Getting to the big numbers now. I mean, to be fair, I think the max amount of people I've ever had in the live stream was, what, 50? It was when I was, like, playing Ruin for the first time. This might go Oblivion. What the? Okay, hang on. Someone has the vacuum on. Just ignore that. I'm not gonna go say anything about it. But anyway, so, you know what? Here, I'm gonna do something real quick. Alright, you know what, never mind, I'm just gonna let it go. If that bothers you, I apologize. I don't... They should stop any minute. Just pretend the vacuum's not in the background. Hi, Rain. Hello. Probably, I'm not gonna bother them. They're probably vacuuming for a reason. Anyway, whatever happened to other traveling Foxy? Okay, we'll talk about the characters, but the first thing I wanted to say, cause like, I know like some people had like opinions on stuff, so of like the auditions I had. So this is what I'm gonna say right now. Okay? Remember. Okay, now they're done. Alright, but remember, it is all for a simple like couple minute test animation. I've said this, but to test how I like the story animated. So that doesn't mean that like automatically everybody who's in that is just has that character as them from now on. They can keep the character if they so desire, but I'm not going to make them. Like if they don't want to keep going for like the series itself, then that's fine. It's just for this specific thing. So because I didn't need them to give a lot when they did this. That's just because, like I said, it's a test. It's not the official series. It's not like it's gonna be in an episode or something. It's a couple minutes short to test. That's really all it is. So, like, cause I've had many people. I did have an explanation at the end of that video, but for some stupid reason I cut it out. I think I was tired of re-recording audio, and it was like, what, like 2 in the morning, and I just wanted to go to bed. So I was like trying to hurry that up. So, yeah. Alright. Get that out of the way. But anyway, so with that, right, yeah, Miss McAfee makes sense. Yeah. So it's all for tests, because the story, it's supposed to, I had this idea where it was like, I explained this in a cut audio from the auditions video, so I'm just gonna explain it, what I was saying. Like, I'm gonna say what I was gonna say in here. So basically, recently, actually, not exactly recently, over the past year or so of Discord, I do, but my profile itself, like, I don't usually just accept friend requests or anything like that, but if you're talking about a server, I mean, technically I do, it's just kind of, no one really talks in it, but, oh, they're going back up the vacuum, but basically, no one talks in it, so I could, but, yeah, alright, but anyway, hi, you three, it's almost like you're all in a VC together. Wow. Anyway, so, guys, do I need to time y'all out or something? I just want to stream in peace, please. You always gotta bombard me every time I stream. Anyway, but I just want to discuss my stuff. Thank you. But anyway, so the Discord, I mean, I could probably give an invite to like the server, but like I said, there's not really. You know what I should do? I feel like I should make a new public server, and the only reason why I say this is because, okay, maybe not right this second, but like, because let's say this story does become what it's supposed to, it would make sense to have like a different style of a server, because that server is more of a GMod server than an animation server. But, okay. So anyway, I discussed the whole, like, test thing, like, voices and stuff. I discussed that. So now I'm gonna keep going on, like, what's going on with the AU, okay? So if you want to know, feel free to stay. So basically, over the past year or so, somewhere around there, why'd you have to give an invite? Okay, bro. Okay, I did not say you could do that. Oh my god. Okay, but you didn't ask me. Alright. Anyway, so gotta at least ask him, man. So? You still gotta ask me? I didn't say I was gonna put it in the chat or not. If I was, I would have done it. And it doesn't matter now. It's just like next time ask me. Anyway. No, where was I? Oh yeah, so basically with the AU, for the past year or so, I've kind of, I don't know, I started losing interest in GMod. Like, here's my thing with GMod. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I don't release the episodes incredibly often. I mean, let's think about it. Beneath the Surface, the episode with like Golden Foxy and Rose and whatnot, that came out in December. The one with Scarlet, what was that voice crack? The one with Scarlet came out this month. That's a 3-year gap, or 3 year. Holy, okay. Forgive me, my brain is not here. That's a 3-month gap. If there's a 3-year gap, I don't even. Oh no. Anyway, but dude, which character do you hate a lot? But you still have alive? I don't think I hate any of my characters. I mean, if I hated a character, like, genuinely, I think they just wouldn't exist. You know what I mean? Like, why would I have a character I hate? Hi, Father Bench. What's up? But anyway, so basically, so GMod is just, for me, is just kind of losing my interest because, like I said, you may have noticed episodes don't release that often. They could be releasing very often, but I just don't like recording them. Because, like, it's always just, like, for me, I have to, like, make myself go to my PC, turn it on, open up GMod, which takes, like, 10 minutes just for it to start up. And then I gotta open up OBS, go into the save, and then figure out what's supposed to happen. I gotta record them doing this and that. And I don't know, I don't really like doing it that much. It's just Gary's mod for me, really. Like, I love my story, I love my characters, okay, I love them all. But the GMod stuff, it's like, I don't know. So that's why I always thought, like, for a while, actually, I always imagined, like, man, it'd be so cool if my story was animated. I'd love to do that. That would be, like, a dream. And then I was talking to my friends in a call one time, a couple of them, and I was explaining this idea to them, and I was like, yeah, I've always kind of thought what if my story would be, like, animated. And then one of them was like, do it. I'm like, I mean, I could. He's like, no. Do it. Do it. And I'm like, and he kept, like, he kept telling me I should do it until I finally caved in. I was like, I can try. And then another one of them was like, I know this, like, it was telling me about this, like, audition thing. And I was like, oh, cool. And they showed me a website that I could post the project and the characters and, like, and stuff, and, like, the characters' bios and some audition lines, and I put it out, and sure enough, after a couple weeks, I got all the auditions for the characters. Now, I didn't get, like, enough to where I had a lot to choose from, so even if some of you don't really like the voices that were used for some of the characters, those were the cards I was dealt with, okay? And I don't dislike any of them, me personally. I actually like all of their voices. That's just my opinion, okay? We can all have different opinions. It's fine. Like, I like all of them. I don't really have anything negative to say or any, like, type of criticism for any of them. I like all of them. I love all of their voices. Like, it's just a personal opinion of mine. The Green Fox, what Green Fox? But anyway, so that was just kind of the idea with the whole GMod stuff. It's just kind of like, meh. You know what I mean? So, here was kind of my idea, and I'm gonna lay it out for you guys. Here's kind of was my idea. After this test, so the auditions are done. I got everybody's lines for the script, and I have some of the animation already done. I mean, I have SFM literally open right now as we speak. But basically, so I have some of scene 1 animated because it was before, because it's like they don't talk until like a good, like, I'd say 10-ish seconds in. So I was able to animate some of it. The one that's going around on the screen. The Green Fox. Oh wait, that's probably the render of Ashy's character. Yeah, it's like one of Ashy Boyo's variants, I think. Okay, you can tell if it's a thumbnail or if it's a render, mainly because thumbnails will most definitely always have the GMod logo in the corner, and renders will not. But anyway, so hear me out with all this, okay? Let's say after the test, you'll probably see like the short animation itself, and like, if I'd assume, probably like a couple weeks from now. But you should see it before the end of April. That I'll tell you that right now. You'll most definitely get it in April. But basically what would happen is that whenever that comes out, and, you know, let me see what you guys think of just the concept in general. Like, you don't have to like everything about it, because it's a test. Just kind of think of it as a concept more. Just like, do you like the idea of it? And if we all can agree that, you know, it'd probably be better for me to do that, then we can push from there. Because my problem, like I said, is that I don't have a lot of passion for Garry's Mod anymore. I just don't. Okay? I do not. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to make content as something that I don't really like that much. But here's what I'm going to tell you guys right now, actually, is that if this does push through, I actually have a plan. If this does push through, because I'm assuming quite a few of you are probably still want Garry's Mod content in some form, so I'll probably put like the Garry's Mod stuff on the gaming channel, aka my second channel. If you don't know, go to my channel's homepage, scroll, and there should be like my second channel somewhere in there, or I can link it. Here, actually, I could probably just link it for you guys in the chat real quick if y'all don't want to do all that. No, I got you. Here, one sec. I'll click on it, and then, actually, I don't even need to do all that. I can just, because I forgot I had a tab with that account open. I actually have, here, that's the second channel, but I actually have a gaming video on there. It's me and my friends playing Gang Beast like half a year ago or something. We also did a recording of us playing like Repo a couple days ago, like 2 days ago, I think. But yeah. I'm just for a video on my channel. Oh, thank you. I'm happy that I inspired you. Yeah. Hello. But yeah, basically, so the Garry's Mod content would most likely go on the second channel, okay? That's most likely what would happen. And after that, So obviously we would have like an animated AU on the main channel. So here's another thing I'm going to talk about is how would the animated AU work? Like, how would it start? Let's start there. How would the story start? Because obviously I'm not going all the way back to the beginning, because I would go through my entire lifetime before I even get to the halfway point, because this story has so many episodes. But basically, what I think I'm going to do is start it off right after the final stand, or at least at the end of the final stand. You know what I mean? And then you will be given context to what happened for people who are like just like found this and were like, oh, what's this? They don't know anything about my characters or story, because you got to make sure that people don't know understand. Or I'm gonna answer this question real quick, then we'll go back to talking about that. Have you tried anything else than GMod? For the AU, like my story, no, because Gary's mod was one of the first like forms of content I really became passionate about. At first, I think my first one was like plush content, because I collect FNAF plushes and stuff. I've always done that for like years. Even before FNAF, I collected plushes all the time. Stop motion was just a thing I wanted to try out. It wasn't exactly something I was really passionate about. It was more of just like something I thought was cool and wanted to try. Reaction videos was the next one. I did those for a while. I don't think any of them are public on the main channel, but that's what I did before GMod. There's like, if you go to my oldest videos, there's a gap between the oldest video and the first GMod video. All of that is just reaction videos and like some plush videos. I privated all of them because I just don't want to see them. They're just no. I don't want to see me reacting to FNAF music videos from like 5 years ago. Anyway, so basically, the idea was that, wait, why do I always have the weirdest sentence starters, but they have nothing to do with what I'm talking about? Anyway, you're my fave, thank you. But, I appreciate that. But, with the thing, give me a second. Where was I going with this? Give me a second. Stop motion and reaction. Oh, yeah. Oh, right, the GMod question. So, GMod was one of the first few that I became really passionate about. And for the first, like, couple of years, I was like, yeah, this is so peak. But then, like, after 2024, I was like, man, I don't really like doing this that much anymore. It's kind of boring. Because I became a lot more, not careful, but I became a lot more, like, how do I describe this? I cared a lot more about the individual videos than I did back in, like, 2023 and before. Because no one usually ever said anything bad about them until, like, the final stand. The final stand was that point where, like, that was when people started getting, like, more upset about characters talking for too long and stuff like that. Pacing. Bad pacing. That was the final stand for you. I mean, it's 5.5 hours long, so it has horrible pacing. I would not recommend watching it. But basically, you're my favorite GMod YouTuber, thank you. But, do you like the Splinks models? I think the Splinks models are still pretty cool, honestly. I still like them a lot. But with the story, I just decided, like, because I became passionate with SFM ever since I started. Because I've always wanted to learn how to do SFM for, like, years. I don't know if it was even before I got GMod, I'm not sure. But I've always wanted to learn how to animate in SFM and whatnot, or whatever, just animate in general. I want to know how to do things. And I did make a few renders in, like, 2020 through 2022. I made, like, a couple once in a blue moon. But I never learned how to animate until the beginning of 2024. That's when I first learned. And then I kept going and going and going until now. It was 2 years ago. What inspired you to do SFM? I believe my first inspiration was kind of those old FNAF speed art videos where they'd make renders, but it'd be really sped up and they have, like, music in the background. I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking about, but those were like my first like inspiration, because I saw those and I was like, whoa, I want to do that. That looks so cool. And yeah. You're my favorite GMod. You'd like to be this man. Thank you. But anyway, so with all of this that I've been talking about, I just kind of decided that maybe I should go with animation instead of what I've been doing for so many years, because GMod is cool and all, but I just don't feel like it's good for my story anymore. I want to be... Oh, Emric! Yo, what's up? My boy! What inspired you to be a YouTuber? Well, I mean, my first inspiration was, like, plush content. Because I remember I'd pretend I was, like... When I was very little, I pretended to record myself. I didn't, like, have a camera or anything. I just pretended I was recording. I was basically talking out loud to myself as if I was recording. And I was just showing off all the plushes I had to myself. I don't know. I was really liked plushes back then. But anyway, I guess this is so late, like, bro, YouTube, yeah, I don't know, YouTube's kind of weird like that. Also love the videos, thank you. Anyway, Emric, yeah, we're talking about the AU. Emric, have you seen the auditions video? Have you seen it? That's what I did. Yeah, good times. Yeah, because before FNAF, my main obsession was, like, Angry Birds. That was my first, like, real obsession until, like, I discovered FNAF, and I was like, whoa, this is so cool, and then Emission story would be so cool. Thank you. Favorite FNAF series, question mark? I'm just gonna go off of FNAF SFM series. I think my favorite might be Abby SFM. Old Memories, to be specific. I love Old Memories. Second would probably be, I don't know if you know this name, Zachu37. ZAJCU37. I don't remember what the name of his story is called, but it's the one with, like, Twitchy because the protagonist and, like, Scrap Trap and stuff. That's my second favorite. And then so on, and eventually later along the line, it'd be, like, Tony Cry Night and stuff. I love all the old series, especially the ones that are still going up today. Also, Emric, I'll talk about it. Yeah, oh yeah, Old Memories was so good. But, so Emric, I'll fill you in. Basically, the auditions are all for this short animation that I'm going to be doing soon. That's going to be a test to see how I like the AU animated in SFM, because I can animate, so I figured, let's give it a shot. Alright? So, I tell this to everybody, and I'm going to say this again. Don't expect, like, a grand, like, perfect performance from everybody. I like all their voices, me personally. I think they're all good. But, it's a test. I don't need them to give, like, a stellar, like outstanding performance. If they, a lot of them, all I asked was just for them to, I said they could just talk normally if they so wished. I didn't need them to do anything special because it's just a test. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to treat it so seriously. Yeah. But me personally, I like all their voices. Fun fact, last time I streamed, which was like almost a week ago, which is crazy. This is the first time I've done 2 streams in 1 week in a very long time. But anyway, I remember saying to the chat, guys, guess what? B is canonically British now. And then I remember the whole chat, like, going, like, what? Like, everyone was, like, I'm pretty sure some of them were like, yeah, let's go. Watch Barney the Dinosaur. I don't think I've ever seen it. I know all about it, I just don't think I've ever watched it as a kid. Favorite FNAF voice actor? I can't name any at the top of my head. I'm not honestly sure. Like, FNAF voice actors, like, all around throughout series and stuff. I'm not sure. my gosh, she's British. Yeah, okay, because, yeah, if you know what, here. Does anyone want me to just play the audition stuff again, just right now, for stream, because why not? Do y'all want me to do that? Because I can do that, I can pull it up, like, right now. Let me know. Wait, what? Hey guys, chat's working just fine for everybody, right? Because just someone's messaging me saying that, asking where the chat is. I just want to make sure. Is it working? That's weird. Okay. I don't really know what to tell them. That's so weird. What do you mean? No, it keeps pausing. Is stream or is chat breaking, or like for me my stream says excellent and says everything's good. I don't. Alright, that's weird. What the heck? No, it keeps pausing. Is it really? Hold up. I'm gonna click on the stream myself. I gotta see this. Click. Oh wait. Looks fine for me. What the heck? That's weird. Okay. So, for anybody... Okay. For anybody who's having trouble with chat, I apologize. I don't know what's going on. I've never had problems with chat before. At least I don't think I have. So, if anything just kind of doesn't work for a second, I deeply apologize. I'm so sorry. But, Emryon is pretty good. Oh, hang on. I gotta read messages because we were on that for a while. I like the Vangle voice actor. Emryon is pretty good. Emryon and Mangler are probably my favorite voice actors out of the bunch. Not saying Spring Bunny wasn't good. That'd be my third. Okay, so I haven't gotten many like personal opinions from anybody about like what they didn't like about the voices for some of them. I've only gotten opinions from friends and one of my siblings. But so I mean, I'm not gonna like come after you or something if you like say a little bit of criticism. So if you want to say criticism about like what about some voices that you may not like, you could feel free to let me know. Because remember, this is just a test. It's nothing to take too seriously, okay? The series I'll be a little more like, you know, firm, maybe not firm, but like a little more serious with. This is just a test. And I'll probably get a voice filter so he sounds more accurate. That's the thing with Ennard, is the fact that, like, for me, I don't imagine Ennard with a voice effect like my Ennard. I imagine Nightmare Yawn with a voice effect, but, like, Ennard, I don't know. I've never imagined him with a voice effect. VC. I don't... After stream, maybe, I'll stop by. I like Spring Bonnie. Okay, so also I have a plan for like all this stuff because I know people for like every aspect. Oh, hi Ashy. Look, Gary, there I was. Hey Ashley, what's up? Speaking of Ashley, actually, if the series does continue, I did promise Ashley that I'd let him voice both Freddy and Golden Foxy, so so there you go. If the series continues, Ashley gets to be both of them. When you start the voice acting thing, is all new to me. I started this idea a couple weeks ago. It was the beginning of March. So, you know what, Emmerich, I'll catch you up. Emmerich. So basically, also if I miss any questions, I apologize. But, so Emmerich, basically what happened was that I was in a call with some of my friends, and I was like, I brought up an idea because I had this idea for a very long time. Since, like, the beginning of last year or whatever, maybe even the end of 2024. I don't know. I don't know when this idea started, but I had this idea like, hey, what if my series was animated? And, oh, hi. Hello, Starfallen. Hi. I don't know if I can say your name on stream, so I'm just gonna say Starfallen. Hi. Hi, Starfallen. aka voice of Chloe. Anyway, but, okay, I'll mod her. I'm sorry, Ashley. Jeez, don't hurt me. Anyway. I'll put her as just a normal moderator, because I think I already have enough managing moderators. I'll let you be a moderator. Okay. Sorry, Emmerich. I gotta catch up with you. So, anyway, so basically, at the beginning of the month, I was in a VC with some of my friends, and I was like, yo, like, I had this idea for, like, what if my series is animated? You know, I thought that'd be kind of cool. And then one of them was just like, do it. I'm like, but and he's like, no, you can literally do that. You can. You have everything you need to do that. Do it. I'm like, and he's like, do it. I'm like, I can try. And then one of the other ones that was also in the call introduced me to the audition thing. It's a website where you can set up auditions, like projects, and set up roles for characters, and you can set up what you need. Like, do you need voice actors? Do you need animators? Do you need writers? Whatever. And you set it out, and you put all the characters down, put all their bios in there, their descriptions, put some audition lines if you're doing voice actors, and publish it, and wait. And it took about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, and I got all of the people. So, oh yeah, Ashley also will be an animator for it if it happens. Wasn't expecting the spring bonnie. Okay, so here's some opinions I have heard that I'm going to express. And if anybody who voiced these characters are listening, this is not slander to your character or the audition lines, okay? Remember, this is a test, alright? So, I'm not gonna slander any of them, I'm just gonna talk about some stuff. So basically, I have heard opinions on Spring Bonnie, and how they didn't think that the voice that was given for him fit him. Now, I can see that, but for me, I think the audition was fine. I was okay with it. I do think the script lines sound a lot better than the that is the thing. Script lines for most of them sound better than they do for audition lines, okay? Like for B's audition lines were recorded at like 1 in the morning for them. Okay, so that's why I gave them the excuse. I was like, I'm not gonna make you yell or do anything like drastic at 1 in the morning. I'm not gonna make you do that. So I let them just do their thing, and boom, and then their script lines sound better. Okay, they do. And also, I'm pretty sure the person for Jasmine said something about their mic was like up when they were recording their audition lines. But I think everybody's script lines sound better than audition lines, okay? But, like, I think everybody in general sounds good. Overall, they sound good. Alright? You can have your opinions, but I think they sound good. Will there be a tree? What do you mean a tree? Spring Bonnie should have a deeper voice. Oh hey, wait, King Krakenutter, I remember you. You sent me that purple scrap baby, I think. But yeah, okay, I understand that Spring Bonnie is supposed to sound deeper. I actually told him that. The person who voiced Spring Bonnie, I did tell him after audition, because he told me, he was like, I got a message from, you know, somebody, and they're like, hey, I'm probably going to audition. And he's like, I was like, oh, cool, all right, that's cool. And then they did, and and then they said, any like thing you want to say about it or something, and then I was like, I think he could just be a bit deeper, and I think he got it. And he was like, okay. And I think he even put a little voice effect on himself. Nothing too bizarre. It was like very subtle. But I think his Spring Bonnie for the script lines sound a lot better for how I imagine Spring Bonnie to sound. Who's voicing the tree? Who's the tree? Wait, who's the tree? I like the voice though. Yeah, I like all their voices. But Spring Bonnie, but he's a villain, so he should be more intimidating. Yeah, that is the thing with Spring Bonnie, is that my problem, honestly, if anybody did, if you guys think people didn't do that great of a job with the character, or if they don't sound like the character should, that's more on me, because I'm not good with describing how exactly these characters are. Because if you think about it, I don't have a canon voice for a lot of these characters. A lot of them are just me talking as myself. So I don't know what they're supposed to sound like, because it's just me. So that's why I just let them run wild with it and give me what they think they sound like. And for the most part, I think it was pretty good. Like, I think they all did pretty good. Did you see the thing I said? The last time you said I tried kind YouTuber and to go check out your channel. I don't know if I remember that interaction or not. I'm not sure. Broken characters should have more broken voices. No, it seems more just normal to, like, it's just normal. Have a deeper voice. Never liked about your GMod stuff. Everyone sounds the same. Well, yeah, that's the thing, is the fact that I didn't do that for characters. I didn't have separate voices for the characters, simply because I guess I couldn't, like, even if I had a voice for somebody, I think I couldn't remember it for another episode. Because that's happened to me quite a bit. You know how many times I had to go back and watch clips of The Eye Above to remember what he sounded like? Like, to what type of tone I did for him? But, anyway. Basically, I think this story would be way better if it was animated. And, I've said this before, I have... wait, what?
Going to have...
Whoa. Oh, it's the person for Jasmine. Oh, they resent them. Well, how about that? I mean, that's actually cool, though. Okay, like, I mean, I did already release the, unless it's the script lines as well, I already did release the auditions thing, but that's cool. I'll listen to it in a little. I'll listen to it probably after stream. But anyway, how much longer is the live stream? I'm just talking about the AU for a little bit. All right, that's all I'm really doing. Oh, Ashy, why did you send an audio clip? No, you're not being mean. You're okay. But anyway, okay, what was I talking about? Oh, right, voices. So, basically, because I don't have a specific headcanon for all of these characters' voices. So, that's why I let them test it out. Because that's all this is, a test. It's auditions for a short little test animation. I just wanted to show you guys, like, hey, this is happening. Very real Golden Foxy voice. I will listen to that. Like, I'm scared, bro. What is this?
Hey guys, it's me. I'm Golden Foxy. I time travel.
Guys, you heard it right there. It's Golden Foxy. I don't know if you heard it that well, but oh my. Hey guys, it's me, Golden Foxy. You know, I time travel. It's not even the right character, and I love it. Yo, I'll be the tree that all the ships sit on. Oh wait, are you talking about the tree that Toy Foxy was sitting on in the audition? Is that what y'all been talking about? I'm in a moving car right now. Well, be in a non-moving car. Anyway. There should be more tree. Bro, y'all in the tree. Is this gonna become a new reoccurring thing? Oh god. I swear, if I stream again, like a couple weeks from now, and I hear somebody talk about a tree, bro. Oh my god. Got to be the tree. Bro. Anyway, so with the story itself, I don't know if you were here when I talked about this, but how I'd probably start. So let's say I animate this. Okay, let's say it's animated. How I'd probably start it is with the end of the final stand. Okay, and then at some point it will give more context to what happened. So, because obviously people who are new to it and don't know anything about the AU beforehand, they're gonna need to know what the heck is happening. So there will be context that it will show, like, this happening. And gotta go because the mom's home to see it. Alright, bye, Ashy. Goodbye. But, so basically, I keep losing my train of thought. Why does this keep happening? Oh, right. So y'all that was the idea for, how I could start it. Start with the tree, bro. Y'all in the tree. Y'all in the tree. But anyway, how I'd probably start is... Are you going to voice a character in your SFMC? I'll probably voice, like, a stupid, like, side character for the purpose of, like, one episode or something. I probably won't voice any of the actual characters, because I don't think my voice is naturally fit for any of them. Maybe. Also, I was thinking about this, because, like I said, if it starts at the end of the final stand, that means that technically the first episode would be, like, a mix of the final stand and the hidden truth. And then we'll get into, like, Brothers Forever, Broken Home, Rescue Mission. Like, all the Antonio, Liam, and Chloe, like, kid episodes. I always thought this would be a hilarious idea, but what if I got one of my younger siblings to voice one of the characters as a little kid? What if I did? Oh, that'd be great. Maybe. Evil man destroys animatronic. We don't talk about that. Anyway. Hidden tree. Jasmine X tree. Foxy becomes gold. No. But anyway, so... so with the whole thing, I feel like that's where it starts. And also, I might actually change some of the story, too. Like, I have ideas of how I could change it. Like, here's a little idea I was gonna throw out there. What if there were no villains, main villains, for Freddy and his group before Oblivion? What if Oblivion was their only major villain? Because, as you remember, in the past, it was like, oh, Evil Shadow Freddy, then Evil Spring Bonnie, then Glitch Trap, then Ennard, which is not the same Ennard as the one, like, we have now. And then Oblivion. Like, what if it was just always Oblivion? What if he was just always their major threat? Oh, Jaggy! Yo! What's up? You finally got the chat to work! Hi! Oh my god, I didn't even see that you chatted earlier. I'm so sorry. I did not see that you chatted earlier. I wasn't looking at the chat like 100%. I apologize. Hi! Hi, Jackie. Hello, my voice of Jasmine. How you doing? Anyway, but, I feel like, because, like, obviously I know a lot of the people who do the voices obviously don't really understand a lot about my characters. So, I feel like I should have a way of, like, explaining it better. I don't know. I need to be a tree. If I don't, I will find a way to. Bro, I swear, man, if I end up actually having just someone say something quick as a tree, that'd be crazy. Emmerich, if I ever give you a cameo or something, I promise you it will be a tree. Do I even have you on Discord, Emmerich? I don't even know if I do. Sorry, Battlestalk just got in my head again. Day one of asking Fox will yell fish 27 times. I don't really feel like doing that. That better be me. Hang on, Emmerich, are you in, like, my public server or something? Because I could, if you are, I could probably send you a friend request. I don't know if you are. Are you? I don't think you are. Unless I'm stupid. I don't see you anywhere. I think I'm blind. Yeah, I mean, then again, there's technically 2 servers. The other one's dead, but is Emmerich in this one? Emmerich, wait, are you in any of the servers? Because for some reason I'm blind. Either that or you're just not in the servers. Anyway. Not yet. Soon, I hope. Okay, so what I can do, Emmerich, is what I'm gonna do real quick is Emmerich, what I want you to do is click on this. And then, there you go. Click that. And then, bada bing, bada boom. Can I voice a box? Okay, we're done with the inanimate objects. I don't even know if I said that right. Inanimate objects. I can't English. Why do I suck at English, bro? We'll be in that server soon. But anyway, alright. Make sure you join so that way I have a way to contact you. In case we do ever do that. But anyway, Jasmine, a whole new. Bonnie the simp. Screw you for killing off the Foxy dog thing, by the way. Oh yeah, y'all ticked off about Fox dying. Bro, he fought till the end. He fought till the end. But bro, poor Fox. Honestly, justice for Fox. But anyway, oh, somebody joined. I presume it's not Emmerich. Oh, there's Emmerich. Hey, Emmerich. Hi. I'll add you. Alright. Yippee. Okay, so... Guys. But honestly, like... Now, what I want is I want y'all to tell me, what do you think about the story being animated? What do you think? Like, do you think it's a good idea, or do you think, like, do you prefer the GMod stuff? Indifferent? I think it should be Lego establishing. You would think that, yeah. It'd be cool. Oh my god, oh, there's so many people joining, oh no. But do as you please. But, okay. Hee. So, with the story, yeah, no, fight scenes. So, actually, I didn't know this, but Ashley himself is actually pretty good with fight scenes. He showed me an animation he did for something like over a year ago, and it was pretty solid. It's a pretty solid fight scene, and it was over a year ago. So, I'm just saying, like, I think Ash, that's mainly why I feel like Ashy is definitely going to be an animator, because, why not, also he's my homie, so, obviously. But, and then, I know a lot of animator people, so, I feel like I could definitely get people together, and I also know quite a few people who can model, so characters can get their own models. Here's some Dominic list off that will probably get their own models. Golden Foxy, he'll probably get like an actual like revamped model. Nova, I think I revealed her name before, right? It's the purple toy Foxy with the wings. She'll obviously get her own. Eye Above, Old Man Consequences, along with, I don't know if I've ever revealed his name, so I'm just gonna say that creepy shadow dude that we always see. The one who tricked Oblivion. Because I think that's what y'all know him as. But anyway, but I am new to this. And I'm not your homie. You are my homie. You will forever be my homie. Alright. Anyway. What the heck? Make the hottest dog an animator? That... I do know people that have talked to him, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing that. Besides, the person I'm referencing, I don't even talk to them anymore anyway, so even if I, like, that, like, no, I'm not doing that. But, there's definitely a lot of people I could do. And, for the record, if this becomes a real series, I am gonna wanna pay people for stuff. Because, I don't know, I feel like that would make me feel better. if I was paying people for it instead of it being for free. Also, because maybe that'll give people more motivation when they do the stuff, maybe? You know what I mean? Can I get paid? For what? I meant, well, Golden Freddy gets powers back because Shadow Toy Freddy died. No, because the Shadow guy who killed the true Shadow Toy Freddy would absorb all the power he had, including Golden Freddy's old power. Because remember, that Shadow Toy Freddy absorbed Golden Freddy and Shadow Freddy's power. He absorbed it into his own power, meaning that it's a part of him, so whenever the Shadow, this creepy dude, kills him, he takes that power as well. Potential tree roll. You don't need a baby. Okay, so I mean, I know some people that are not gonna let me pay them because they don't allow that, I guess, because they don't like it when people pay them for stuff, I guess. I don't know, but so yeah, I know people who can model, so all the like god people would get models, including like also along with that like creepy shadow guy, and then Golden Foxy. Rose might actually get a revamp, and the reason why is because I think it'd be interesting if I had more tweaks to Rose's model to kind of differentiate herself even more from Scarlet, because they're the same textures, so it's kind of hard sometimes for people to like be like, oh yeah, that's Scarlet, you know what I mean? Weapon is Sun and Moon. I think they were in the AU like years ago, and they just kind of vanished. I don't know, they weren't really that important. Hey, Foxboy, hello. Who dares? I got a ping on Discord. They were in the AU. I only remember them from the Walking FNAF 2. They were in the AU back in like 2022. Why do foxes have such a big family? Only one family besides Bart. Okay, so Foxy originally Foxy wasn't gonna have like a huge family. That only started because of the Valentine's Day special of 2022 when I first shipped Foxy and Roxanne. That's what started it. Because then I saw like FNAF World characters. I saw like the Wither Adventure Foxy. I was like, I have an idea. And that's when like Antonio came around, then Liam, then Chloe, and then I started. I saw like I got the idea for Scarlet, and then Twisted Wolf jumped around, and the whole thing with Withered Foxy. Like, I don't know why. And obviously Rose. I don't know why. Let the kid design for Chloe. If FNAF GMod one day. That's cool. Also, please bring back Put Her Down, Shadow Droid. I could showcase that. But, basically, so, where the frick was I going with this? Oh, right. So, with the models for characters, Rose will probably get a few tweaks to her to make her a little more different. I was thinking about having Rose have, like, scars and stuff, because Rose has been through a lot. Like, I feel like that would show more emphasis on, like, how much Rose has actually been through, because, like, we don't really see, like, if she had, like, actual, like, reminders of everything that she has done and been through for the past couple, like, what, decades? I don't remember how long she was canonically doing all that for, but, you know what I mean? Hi, Hamza, what's up? will it be the original cast? So, if I had to imagine, I'd say quite a few of the characters are going to have the same voices as they do in the test. Because, well, voices could change because I got even more auditions after the project was already closed, because it wouldn't let me close some of the roles, meaning people could still audition for them. So I got like 3-4 auditions for more characters after I closed it, so I had to individually friend request them and be like, hey, I already have my people, I do like your audition, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep you on standby if I need more voices for characters if I keep going with this. And they're like, okay, that's cool. But yeah, so I don't think anybody would change unless they don't really want to keep going, which is perfectly fine for me. Like, they don't have to. But I feel like for the most part, I feel like if I had to imagine, I feel like a lot of them would still keep their voices. It depends. If people don't want to do them, then they don't have to. Yeah. But I will, for anybody who is voicing characters for the test that's watching this, for the series itself, I may be a little more, like, I don't know if strict is the right word, but I may be, like, I guess it is. I'd probably be a little more strict with stuff because it's the actual series, so it's very important to me. So, you know, like, I want, whenever that happens, I want to make sure you guys give it your all, alright? Just so you all know that, alright? And, yeah. So, obviously, I need to plan out how I'd go about this, like, how much, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to discuss amounts, but, like, how, like, what would I pay animators? What would I pay, what, oh my god, my English. What would I pay voice actors? You know what I mean? What would I pay for models? But anyway, so, like I said, people with all the models, the gods, yeah, here, actually, I'm gonna pull up something for y'all. Actually, no, hang on, I need to open up OBS for this, hang on. I'm gonna grab an image to show y'all something. I mean, y'all have seen this before, but I'm gonna bring it in here anyway. Maybe somebody who's new, maybe this could help. But, once I find it, where the heck is it? Here it is. For anybody who remembers this, so this is the hierarchy, okay? God dang it. That is the hierarchy for all the people. I was looking back at this, I'm gonna put up the old audition file. Sorry for your loss of hearing that. No, you're fine. Even if people, like, didn't really like it that much, it's okay. It's just criticism. Like, I don't think anyone genuinely hates the voices. And also, remember, if you don't think you did a good job, it's okay. It's just a test. It's nothing serious. It's just a test. There's no need to get worked up over anything, okay? It's just a test. That's all it is. But, like, it'll be more important whenever a series happens, but, like, right now, it's okay. What do you like? What do you like about your story? I personally like the personality for a lot of characters and just the idea of it. I love apocalyptic setting type stuff. Like The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead. Alright, Spring Bonnie, you know, main villain dude, he was actually inspired from one of the main villains from The Walking Dead, because I love that show. Love it. But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly go over the hierarchy before I forget I had this up here. So, humans, obviously, bottom of the tier, no one likes them, boo. Animatronics would be one above them, because they're bigger than them, they're a lot stronger, and they don't, die from, like, old age and stuff. The only thing they die from is, like, they could, like, harm to them. You know, I mean, they don't die naturally. That's what I mean. They don't die from natural causes. Anyway, they can die, but not from natural causes. So I'm gonna have to, like, inflict the death onto them. If that makes sense. The Gifted is animatronics with powers. So just animatronics who are gifted power. Then above them would be true shadows, which are those Shadow Bonnie looking dudes that you see all the time, with just like the black and the full black texture with like the white dots for the eyes and like teeth. They're relatively powerful. And then leaders would be people like Golden Foxy, Oblivion. They're not like, they're not all the way up there, but they're pretty up there. And then the gods, which I will tell you two people who are in that category, which are Nova, which is the purple toy foxy with the wings, and Old Man Consequences. Hi Lily fan, what's up? Forgot to tier this if you've already above. Sure, definitely. I am so gifted. But, and then obviously above is the eye above. So I'm just showcasing this stuff more for people who are new to this, especially some of my, voice actors. So, if y'all have seen this stuff, just bear with me. So, mainly, Jackie VA, because they're, you know, like, they don't understand my story, so I think I might as well help them understand it a little bit more now. So, here's another image that I'm going to talk about. So this right here, so obviously on the right is Chloe, and I don't know if you can see here, I'll actually zoom in. Back there is two red eyes are Spring Bonnie, but on the other side we got Freddy. So basically Freddy was the protagonist before Chloe. He was the main dude who kept like his whole family together until Spring Bonnie and his crew came by and absolutely obliterated a bunch of them, including Freddy. Freddy was killed by Spring Bonnie in front of Chloe, and so, because Chloe was like attached to Freddy in a way, so Freddy died, and this was when Chloe was a little kid, and then everyone got split apart until like years later when they're all young adults, and that's when they all like kind of reunite with each other, like Chloe like reuniting with like Jasmine, Antonio, and Toy Foxy. That's where that comes from. Pat needs to be in above. But yeah, so Spring Bonnie is he's a bit of a psycho, but so also to help understand the characters a little bit more, Spring Bonnie and Nightmare Beyond are like the two like most insane ones in there, or the two most evil. B is like a mix of them and Ennard. B is like middle of the road. B has no problem with following the orders of Spring Bonnie and doing what she needs to do, but she also genuinely cares about the people they have and the whole thing. And she cares about Ennard, and it's possible that she could go against it if she so desires. Bonnie is the moon. I just put Bonnie in the moon when I made this because I thought it was cool. But yeah, so basically Freddy was the protagonist before. Also all the pink like light, like the pink static on him is because Freddy had this like power side to him that was given to him after a while. It's a whole thing. But here, I'm gonna get rid of some of these now out of my thing because there's so many images. Alright, anyway. Then the tree is in the background. Yes, it's Emmerich. Emmerich is the tree! Anyway, what's some other stuff? Oh, I mean, I guess I can show this off right now because I forgot I made this. So, this right here, here, we'll stick this behind, no. There we go. So that way I'm still there. Anyway, so basically this whole poster is something I made for the story a while back. So basically, obviously, you're gonna recognize a lot of these, like obviously Chloe, Antonio, Toy Foxy, Jasmine. Then on the side there, next to Jasmine, would be a character called Scarlet. Alright, Scarlet. And then if we go up one, there's B and Ennard. Then next to Ennard is a character. She looks almost identical to Scarlet, I know. Her name is Rose. Alright, I'm gonna explain how all these characters are related in a second. Then next to her is Golden Foxy. He's another dude who was like, became more prominent recently. And then the big three on the top are Spring Bonnie, obviously, Freddy in the center, aka Freddy's ghost, because he did, but, and then that guy on the side is, the creepy shadow guy I was talking about. Snaps her fingers and kills Spring Bonnie. I am Chloe. Snaps. But, you know what? How about this? What if I told you guys right now what that guy's name is supposed to be? It can change, because like I said, I might change some of the story to make it feel a little different, so that way you guys aren't just watching a full-on just SFM remake of the GMod series, you know what I mean? So I'll probably change stuff. Designs obviously will probably be different for some, but I'll tell you this now. The name for that creepy shadow guy next to Freddy's ghost was supposed to be Crypto. Crypto was supposed to be his name because someone said that as a joke, and I actually kind of liked it. Emmerich, see, Emmerich is actually behind them because he controls all of them. Emmerich controls them all like puppets on strings. I wonder who. Yes, I wonder. Cryptocurrency. yeah, I know. Fun fact about Crypto. He has a split personality. I didn't want to talk about too much about Crypto lore, but I'll say a little bit about it. He has a split personality. Alright? So, he does have a past, he does have an origin, and he does have a reason for, like, why he's like this. But one thing about him is that he has a very prominent split personality, and one side of it is kind of taking over the other side. Alright? Treat this... I'm not even gonna keep saying anything because I feel like I'm giving too much about the character, but he, on his own, I feel like is one of my most interesting characters, in my opinion. I love that, my story for him. And Nova, I feel like, is also a very cool character I'm proud of, like, here, because I think this poster was made before Nova, like, as a character, I think. So, either that or I just didn't put her on there for whatever reason. But let me pull up a poster of Nova so that way y'all know who she is. She's the person behind him. I know most of you already know all of this. I'm just saying this for any new people, okay? So, bear with me, okay? And I'm making sure, like, I say, like, new stuff that you guys didn't know beforehand. But there's Nova. So, Nova is a god, like Old Man Consequences, which I'm assuming everybody knows who Old Man Consequences is by now. But, so, I can say this. So, Old Man Consequences' role is he has to deal with the sinful, if you will. Basically, his job is to chill by his, in his area, and whenever people's souls come down to him, he kind of gives it like a quick look, like, and then he just kind of sends them away. You know what I mean? It's basically his job to watch over the sinful. And Nova, she actually doesn't have a specific responsibility. Her idea of what she wants to do is her own decision. And Eye Above is just Eye Above. He exists in his own plane. But here's another thing. Speaking of Eye Above, do I have any posters of oh my god, of the above? What? Of the eye above? Oh my god. I don't know if I have any recent posters of him, but this is the best I got. This is an old one, but I don't know why he looks so yellow, or green, or whatever that is. I don't know. But that's not the right one either. Where is he? Oh, there he is. I'm blind. Shadow Bonnie and Glamrock Bangle. The Glamrock Bangle only disappeared because her model disappeared. And then it came back. But I already was too far in. Is Nova good or bad? Okay. I'm gonna ask you this right now, because I think this could be an interesting, quick thing to talk about. Out of the gods that you know of, because there could be more, there could not be, you don't know, but out of the ones you know, do you think they're all good? Do you think they're all genuinely good, or do you think one of them could be evil? What do you think? Out of what you know about them. I'm a god. Yeah, no, Vivaroli is definitely the one controlling the eye above, definitely. I'm pretty evil. You are very evil. Jasmine X Tree, that's not gonna go anywhere, is it? I'm running the show. So I can tell you this. I think both Nova and All My Consequences are truly good. That's what I can say. I think both of those two are truly good. Have they made mistakes? Yes. But does that take away from how they are as a person? No. Now, as for others, there could be more of an argument for that. If you're asking, then probably one of them is evil. Actually, I wasn't thinking about Crypto when I was hinting that one of them could be seen as evil. I wasn't hinting at Crypto. Well, like I said, Crypto has a split personality. Meaning that, let's just say that, like, maybe one side of that, where one personality is evil, one is good. That could be an argument. Because obviously Crypto is always showcased as this, like, antagonist, right? But what if it's only half of him that is the antagonist, right? But Crypto aside, what do you think I'm hinting at when I say that Nova and OMC are definitely good, but then leave it at that? Do you think one of them could be more than just good? Do you think? Crypto is a gambler. Oh my god. That's quite a theory. Here's a reminder. Here's a reminder. Who is the person who's in charge of everything? Think about that, and then think about that with the question I asked before. Think about it. Poseidon. Emmerich the Tree God? Oh my god, that's never gonna go away. Your stream is glitching? I've been told that before. I apologize if you have problems. Crypto pickup line needs to be, could be the crypto to my currency. Is Crypto even a god? Maybe. Maybe he was. let's discuss something with the eye above. From what we know, I keep having these weird voice cracks. From what we know of the eye above, do we think he's genuinely good? Do we think he's genuinely good? Collect FNAF action figures. I have a couple of those. I mostly just collect FNAF plushes in terms of merch. Because we all have seen the eye above at least a few times in, like, stuff before, and from what he said and what he shows, he seems like a good guy. But what if there's more to him? Crypto was a god during stream. If I said that I can say this. He used to be one. He used to be. But something happened. I love the god lore. With my gods, I love their lore so much. Is he friends with Emmerich, the tree god? Yeah, it was actually Emmerich who caused him to be not be a god anymore. I love this crazy lore of Emmerich in a tree. But I gotta go now, so I'll be able to have a great night. Alright, bye Hamza. Have a great day. See y'all next stream. Bye. But, okay. So, think about this for me. Alright? So, with all these characters and everything, I have a question for you guys. If this story did become animated, which honestly it probably will, because I see no reason why I can't do that. I think I have everything I need to do said thing. The only thing is, yes, it's gonna take a while for each episode, but at least I'll be working on it a lot more and not avoiding to record it because I hate Gary's mod, you know what I mean? Well, I don't hate it, but like I don't really like recording the AU stuff on Gary's mod. That was a main point to why I couldn't get videos out, because I just didn't want to record it. But also because I did get busy a lot, but still. But like, what is something that you guys look forward to the most with an animated version of this story? And also, need I remind you, some stuff is probably going to be different than what you guys know from the original story. Because, obviously, a lot of the lore that's from the current story is stuff that's from the old story that I made when I was an idiot. So, obviously, now that if I start this fresh, I could do whatever I want. And I don't have to rely on lore I did, like, 3 years ago. Is someone behind the scenes controlling both sides of good and evil in your AU? There's not exactly someone behind the scenes, but a certain somebody could be seen as both good and evil, if you really think about it. Remember that post that I made a while, not that long ago, like a couple weeks ago or so, when I said, what did I say? I said, usually in a story you can tell the difference between who is good and who is evil, but sometimes it's just not that easy. Remember when I said that? And then also, I showed pictures of like Freddy and Oblivion. They only apply to like the who's good versus who is evil, because we know between those two who's good and who is evil. But what if sometimes it's just not that easy? What if we can't tell who is good versus who is evil? What if it's everybody? Emmerich? Yeah, no, Emmerich controls everybody. Emmerich just controls everything. What do you mean? But, okay, I think something I would look forward to the most out of the story as animated is getting a chance to make the story even better than it is, and also getting to just experience that story in a much better light. And also, a lot more people will be able to watch it. Like, some of my friends literally told me that when I, like, some of my other friends told me when I said that this was what I was doing, and they were like, I can finally watch it! Yeah. Jasmine says bye. Alright, bye! Backbreaker Spring Bonnie. The references. But anyway, I'm probably gonna end stream in a few minutes because it's starting to get a little late for me, and I got stuff I gotta do. I also got sleep I gotta catch up on soon, so yeah, so I'll chill here for a couple minutes, but soon I'm gonna end stream. Tree God needs a cameo. What happened to Antonia's brother? I think I saw this before. I just didn't get a chance to answer it because I think I was talking about something else. But Liam died in Let the Games Begin. Liam died. I know it didn't show it, but he died. If I had to remove the main character, who would it be? Ooh, wait, that's actually a tough one. Wait, who are my main characters for a second? Chloe, Antonia, Toy Foxy, Jasmine, Spring Bonnie, Nightmare Yawn, Bee, Ennard, and then obviously like Scarlet, Rose, Golden Foxy. I get. Would the gods be considered a main character? I don't think so. If I had to remove one of them, I guess who I think is the least needed. Honestly? That's tough, because they all have some sort of part in the story. My mind is either tied between Toy Foxy and Nightmare Yawn, because they serve a little bit of a purpose, or at least they have a purpose up for existing, but not as much as the others. So, probably one of those two if I had to choose one. How many hours, how many minutes has it been? It has been an hour, 36 minutes, and 27 seconds. Yeah. Which one is Liam? Liam is the one with... It's his only brother, but he's the one with the... He's the mini Captain Foxy. He's the one with, like, the coat and the pirate hat. What will be the next episode? Well... more of how it would start off. Basically, it would start off with... the end of the final stands and like the hidden truth as well. It would and it will give context, and we'll get even more context later in the story, so like you'll be left like kind of guessing like what. But in terms of the next episode, because I'm probably not going to be doing the story in GMod anymore now because of this whole thing, because I don't know, I feel like I'm going to regret it if I don't do this. If I just let it be in GMod. I don't think that's enough. It's not something that makes me proud. I want to be proud of what I make. I want to look at what I make and be like, hey, I made that. And I'm happy I made that. You know what I mean? And it's something that multiple people could enjoy, because, let's be real, people would enjoy an animated series with multiple people voicing multiple characters rather than a GMod series with me moving ragdolls with a physics gun and talking as everybody myself. I just realized the voices for the kid versions of the characters, I just realized I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna do that. I'll probably just like get some people I know who could make a decent voice for them. I think I mentioned this before in stream, but it'd be funny if I got like one of my siblings to voice a kid version of one of the characters. You know what I mean? That'd be hilarious. Anyway. The new AU video you made was not that good. If you're talking about, I already forgot what the name of the title was. The Way Home? Is that what it's called? I low-key forgot the name of the title for that one. It was kind of mid, yeah. That's like I said, I don't have any passion for the Garry's Mod stuff anymore. Now, for people who prefer Garry's Mod content, or they like the Garry's Mod content, I can always just make more stuff and put it on like my second channel or the gaming channel. But I think this story should be animated. I think this story deserves something better. Something I'd like to see an animated redo is Let the Games Begin and Beneath the Surface. Mainly the latter, though. Wait, the latter? What do you mean the latter? The new please add Freddy back. Oh, messages were retracted. Okay, I was gonna read them, but it's okay. Latter means the second one. What? The second one of what? Okay, look. I'm stupid. Alright? Are you talking about a specific episode, or, like, the series in general? Like, could you be a little more specific? For all of you who, for some reason, prefer the Garry's Mod content over the, you know, the stuff I actually like doing, then I'll probably do that there for whatever reason, but I think the SFM stuff will be so much better. How did Liam die? Nightmare Endos surrounded him in the office. It means beneath the surface. Hang on. Wait, I need to read that again. Let me rephrase. It's an animated version of your AU. I'd like to see beneath the surface. Okay. See, I'm a little slow. I'm a little stupid, so sometimes things might need to be explained better for me. Alright, what time is it? Okay, so... yeah, I probably got another, like, 2 minutes. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. Anyway, but, I think, yeah, no, a lot of episodes I think I'd be pretty excited to see animated versions of. Obviously, some things might be tricky, like, for example, showcasing actual power. Like, for example, if one of them, like, let's say one of them, like, used their powers for whatever. It's kind of hard to show that happening. I don't know. I'm not sure if I know anyone who knows how to... Okay, particles, yes, but actually, I don't know if you know, but I suck at particles, okay? Particles are like the one thing where I just kind of acknowledge but don't use. Retexturing? Yeah, that's true. But yeah, so... I can help you learn. Peak. But, basically... yeah, also, like I said earlier, characters will also get remodeled, like Golden Foxy. I mean, he'll probably mostly look the same, but so that way he's an actual model and not a retexture, and like his own model, so he'll probably be redesigned. All the gods, and then give me a second. Rose will probably get a few tweaks to her model. I can imagine some of the others would probably get their own separate models. B will probably get a remaster, so that basically any of the characters that are just a retexture will probably get separate new models, so that way they're easier to work with. What will be the last episode of the AU videos? Okay, so the formula will most likely be very similar to what it was going to be, so I will tell you what the story formula was going to be in terms of episodes, because I still have it. Phase 2 plan, here it is. So, obviously, Chloe 1, aka the Cold Beginning, like, I call them, like, Chloe 1, Golden Foxy 1, and then, like, the second Chloe group episode would be called Chloe 2. Because, like, I didn't have titles for them at the time, so I just called them after, like, the main characters' names in each episode. But anyway, so Chloe 1, The Cold Beginning, Golden Foxy 1, Beneath the Surface, then Scarlet 1, which was supposed to be different before I recorded it, so it had different, like, ideas for what it was going to be, but Chloe 2 would be after that Scarlet episode, which an idea title for it was Familiar Voices. Golden Foxy 2 would be next. An idea title for it would be Hidden Guide. Then a Golden Freddy group episode with those guys. Then B and Ennard. I'm not even gonna bother with titles anymore. Then Assassin's String Bonnie's origin story. Then a third Golden Foxy episode. So 3 Golden Foxy episodes total. Then the third Chloe episode. So there's 3 of those as well. Then the second Scarlet episode. Then an episode with Ghost Freddy. So Freddy's Ghost. Then the beginning of everything, so the universe, if you will, just the beginning of all of this as a whole, alright? The beginning of it all. Then the finale. So that is kind of the idea, if that helps. Skipping my messages. No, I didn't skip them. I read them, I just didn't read them out loud. I might... Sometimes I don't read messages out loud, my bad. Okay, so that was the original formula. And I feel like that could still be followed. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. What will she got make an appearance in? Oh my god, y'all are really dead set on that. Emmerich, if that happens, I'll probably figure something out for you, dude. But anyway, are you gonna do the fight scenes? Ask Ashy that. Ashy, I mentioned this before earlier in stream. Your slideshow is paused. Oh no, I had images up, my bad. I can take those off. There we go. I'll actually delete those so that way they don't get in my way. Yeah, I'll be doing the fight scenes. Also, if a fight scene's, like, really complicated, if it does end up getting to that, then I could also get other people that I know are very good and that I know and talk to, so I'm sure I can figure something out. Because, like, Ashy, I feel like you would definitely be good at fight scenes with the main cast. Like, for example, let's say, like, Chloe all of a sudden pulls up to, like, Spring Bonnie and starts fighting him. I think you'd be good at that stuff. But I feel like, unless you surprise me and absolutely cook the greatest thing in history, I feel like the fight scenes with the gods, it might be a little tricky. Because they, I feel like, would be a lot harder to do fight scenes with. That's why I feel like I might also need to get another person specifically for fight scenes. Like that's just what I'm gonna have them do, just fight scenes. Yeah, like, I think you would be great at fights with just, like, our normal main cast, but the gods... Like, for example, let's say, for absolutely no reason, Nova and OMC start duking it out. That's gonna be tough. How are the animatronics sentient and alive? How do animatronic children work and grow up? How's animatronic... Oh, no. Oh, no. No, we don't ask these questions. Here's my answer. The female animatronics have 3D printers inside of them. There you go. Anyway. Nova is the Black Bunny. Okay, I forgot. I didn't explain this to you. Nova is that purple toy Foxy with the wings. I don't know if you remember me showing her, but that's her. If you don't, I can easily pull up an image. Yeah. Nova... Okay. We all know OMC is just... basically watches over the sinful, if you will. That's his job. Watches over them, make sure they stay where they stay. Nova is more... She's not... Like, I wouldn't call her exactly the leader of True Shadows, but she influences them a lot. She does her own thing. Nova does her own thing. OMC has a specific duty. And so... But let's say they start duking it out all of a sudden. That's gonna be tough to animate. Good night, Father Bench. Yeah, I gotta stop blabbering. I'm gonna... It's gonna be like another 30 minutes if I keep doing this. So, let's see. In exactly... Okay, just hit an hour and 50, so how about this? In exactly 3 minutes I will end stream. So whenever my stream hits an hour and 53, I'll start saying bye. So let's hurry. So everyone, get those questions out. Get them all out. Let's see. Do you have a special model for Nova? Nova is a retexture, but I want a new model for her. She's because she's one of the gods. Like I said, the people who would get a brand new model, I'm hoping, would be Golden Foxy, all the gods. So I above OMC, Nova, and also that like. Probably that one, like, creepy shadow guy, with the sharp teeth that I probably have shown you before, and probably a couple other characters will get tweaks to them. B will probably get the black and yellow a little bit. She'll probably get her own model. It's mostly characters that are just retextures, because so that way they're easier to work with. Good thing I know people that do models. Will Tree God Emmerich appear, and can I be the voice of Tree or Shadow Joy anymore? We will see what happens, Emmerich. We will see. But anyway, alright, we got 2 more minutes. 2 minutes. Or more like a minute and a half, but anybody got any final questions? At all? But anyway, so, yeah, basically, series is most definitely going to become animated. I don't imagine why it wouldn't. So, but like I said, first we gotta get the test out and see how that goes. But I can say this with a lot of confidence that I feel like it is going to be animated. And I think it's going to be amazing. Also, I think it'd be great for me to feel like I did something that I'm very proud of. And I feel like maybe it'd be nice to leave a mark in the FNAF SFM community, you know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people who have made their mark in that community. A lot. And there's a lot who have yet to do that, who are still learning. But I feel like doing this could be my way of making my mark in the FNAF SFM community. Because I've always seen stuff like Abby SFM, Zachu37, I guess the hottest dog too, but yeah, like the hottest dog, Derpy Horse. I can't think of any at the top of my head right at this very second, but there's a lot of them. And I feel like it'd be cool to be able to do something like they've done. Something inspiring, if you will. When will the next AU video be out? Well, if you're talking about the GMod stuff, I don't think there is gonna be another GMod AU episode released. I don't know what's going on with that. It's possible that I might release one more for y'all, a GMod one, but probably not. I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna work, because first we gotta figure out what's going on with the series. Then we'll see what's gonna happen. I swear there's a human in the AU right now. I love God vids. Yeah, I've created a new character and posted in Discord server because yes, so Coolio, I guess. I shall check everything out once I end stream, which is actually right about now, because I'm actually a minute past what I said. Alright, so I'm gonna end stream now because I can't keep yapping, because I'm just so passionate about this, okay? And before I go, I want to say thank you for everybody and your guys' support. Honestly, you guys are, you like, or at least this is what you show. A lot of you are very patient, because every time I say like, oh, I'm sorry, the episode can't come out this week, something up, I'm sorry, and like, you know, because something comes up, and then I say it'll be released this time, and then and everybody will be like, yeah, it's okay, take your time. Thank you for that. Thank you. Y'all make it easier for me to be able to do what I do. Thank you. Is Eric the dog? Oh yeah, no, I haven't talked to Zarek like officially, but I've sent them an animation that Ashy made one time, cause funny. I showed up in their streams. But anyway. Which one? Who are you responding to, Ashy? But, anyway. Wait, which one of what? DM me what you're talking about, because I'm ending stream. Oh, which animation did you send her? The meme thing you sent me of you doing the, from hide and seek, the closet. Remember, I told you I sent her that. Anyway, I gotta end stream. So yeah, bye guys. Thank you all for helping me. Y'all make me love this story so much more. But yeah, so thank you all, and yes, it will most likely be animated. We will see what happens. I hope y'all stick around and keep being here with me on this journey. Appreciate it. Alright. Thank you. But anyway, I gotta go, so bye! I see you all in the next one. Bye-bye! Bye stream! Bye-bye! Bye!